Ever feel like your language model's memory is a messy closet, stuffed full of junk it barely uses? This paper says, time to clean house. When LLMs read or generate long text, they stash tons of key value pairs in memory, but most of it just sits there, gathering dust. That's where this research steps in. The authors introduce a new metric called the KV footprint. It's like a memory tracker that counts not just how much is stored, but how long it hangs around. Then they propose PruLong, a method that learns which attention heads actually need to keep all that stuff and which ones can let it go. The result? Models that use up to 12% less memory without forgetting what matters. So grab a broom and let's tidy up your LLM's memory game.
Let's dive into the challenges faced by language models when they tackle long contexts. Imagine trying to summarize an entire book or dig into lengthy code bases. That's the sort of monumental task these models are up against. The main hurdle? The memory cost of storing key and value pairs, essential for recalling previous information. As models push their limits to handle more data, memory demands skyrocket, especially with sequences stretching to tens of thousands of tokens. Now, we need to talk about something called the KV footprint. It's a fancy term for how much memory those key and value entries take up and how long they stay in memory. Think of it like packing your suitcase for a long trip. Previous methods to cut down on these memory costs have been like a mixed bag, tailored to specific scenarios and not always easy to compare. Enter PruLong, an approach that optimizes which parts of the memory cache need to stick around. It's all about efficiency, saving memory while keeping performance sharp, especially for tasks that need to recall lots of information. This sets the stage for exploring innovative solutions to reduce memory footprint while maintaining effective long context understanding. Now let's explore how different methods tackle the memory challenges of key and value caches in language models. There are two main strategies here. Some focus on making encoding more efficient, like getting better at packing data into the model. Others target decoding, which is all about predicting what comes next in a sequence. Depending on the task, these strategies have different memory demands. For example, if you're answering questions across long documents, you'll hit memory limits faster if you're not efficient enough. The authors introduce the KV footprint, a new metric to track memory usage over time. Think of it like keeping tabs on how much space your apps take on your phone throughout the day. The goal? Keep this footprint small while still getting the job done. They aim for a critical footprint, the smallest amount of memory used that keeps performance up to 90% of full capacity. By examining existing methods, they introduce concepts like chunked eviction, which is smartly removing memory chunks during different stages of data processing. PruLong, the new method, shines in recall tasks, though it has some sensitivity issues during training phases. This page sets the stage for redefining and improving memory management in these language models. All right, let's talk about pre-filling and decoding in language models. Pre-filling is when the model processes an initial set of inputs and stores them, while decoding is about using these stored memories to generate output, step by step. The memory demands grow with longer inputs, making memory management crucial. Here comes chunked pre-filling, where inputs are broken into smaller pieces, like breaking a long novel into chapters so you can read it without getting overwhelmed. The authors also highlight the KV footprint, measuring how much memory key and value entries use over time, ensuring you keep only what's necessary. Look at Figure 1, which categorizes memory entries into active, inactive, and evicted. Active entries are in use, inactive ones are stored but not needed, and evicted ones are removed. In the example, 72.2% of entries are retained, showing memory efficiency. The aim is to keep this footprint small without losing performance, allowing fair comparisons across different methods and identifying the most efficient ways to handle memory in long context tasks. Let's break down the strategies for handling key and value pairs in language models. Imagine these as different packing techniques for a suitcase, each trying to manage space efficiently while keeping essentials at hand. Look at Figure 2, which shows methods like dynamic sparsity, pre-fill sparsity, recency eviction, post-fill eviction, and chunked eviction. These methods use color-coded blocks to show how they handle pre-filled, past, and current key and value pairs, as well as evicted ones. Check out Table 1. It's like a cheat sheet showing which method is best depending on your priority. reducing memory use, speeding up processes, or balancing both. Dynamic sparsity reduces inactive entries to speed things up. Prefill sparsity speeds up prefill but doesn't reduce overall memory use. Recency eviction and postfill eviction reduce memory during decoding or after prefill, but might struggle with high peak memory. This section also touches on methods like native sparse attention, using high bandwidth memory to manage attention blocks, and recency eviction, focusing on the latest attention heads. These varied strategies tackle the challenge of efficient long-context inference. Let's delve into postfill eviction and new ways to manage memory in long-context inference. Postfill eviction drops unnecessary key and value entries after pre-filling. It's like clearing out unused items from your shopping cart before checkout. But with long prompts, this method achieves limited memory reduction because all entries are initially kept in memory. Enter chunked pre-filling, evicting entries after each input chunk instead of waiting until the end. Look at Figure 2 to see how each input piece is handled one at a time, making it more memory efficient. Two techniques come into play. Naive chunked eviction, which applies the eviction rule after each input chunk, and patched chunked eviction, refining the approach by considering token importance within each chunk. While these methods reduce memory usage, they might increase the overall footprint due to grouped query attention mechanisms. These strategies promise more efficient handling of long inputs, paving the way for future innovations in memory management for language models. Let's introduce PruLong, a method designed to optimize which attention heads are active in language models. It builds on earlier methods by distinguishing between stale and relevant key and value pairs, reducing memory usage without sacrificing performance. The core idea? Focus attention on essential input parts, known as local and streaming heads. DuoAttention categorizes attention into streaming, working with recent data, and relevant heads, dealing with the entire context. It uses a mathematical balance to decide attention allocation, optimizing memory use. PruLong minimizes prediction loss during the next token prediction phase, selecting which attention heads should be active, making it efficient in handling long context data. This ensures the model can manage vast information, crucial for tasks like reading long texts or analyzing extensive datasets. This section sets up the evaluation phase, outlining diverse tasks to test the model's performance. This includes recalling information from large data collections and summarizing complex documents, providing a robust testbed for these innovative memory management techniques. Let's explore how different methods manage memory efficiency across various tasks. Check out Table 2, showing how each approach stacks up in terms of critical KV footprint, the smallest memory footprint that keeps performance at 90% of its potential. It's like seeing how much you can pack into a suitcase without bursting the seams. Now look at Figure 3, graphing performance against memory use. Each method's ability to maintain performance while managing its KV footprint is highlighted across tasks like recall, summarization, and travel planning. The text explains the methods and hyperparameters used in testing. A model called Llama 3 1.8b Instruct was used to handle a range of KV footprints. DuoAttention and PruLong were tested, adjusting head sparsities and window sizes to see performance under different memory conditions. The discussion shows that PruLong significantly reduces the KV footprint, especially in tasks requiring information recall. It's a stress test for long context modeling, showing PruLong's superior memory efficiency without compromising on performance, particularly in challenging tasks like travel planning. Now let's examine the impact of chunk sizes on model performance and memory efficiency. Look at Figure 4, which shows how smaller chunks, like 8K tokens, can lead to more efficient memory use than larger chunks, such as 32K. Smaller chunks excel in minimizing the KV footprint, crucial for long context tasks. Table 3 dives into the performance of different training setups for DuoAttention and PruLong. It shows how these methods perform across tasks like recall and summarization at a fixed level of active attention heads. The results suggest PruLong, especially when trained with natural long context data, tends to outshine DuoAttention in maintaining performance while reducing memory usage. The text also explains the importance of patching in chunked eviction, helping methods like Pyramid KV significantly cut down on memory use. Yet, there's sensitivity to chunk sizes. shrinking chunk sizes can lead to performance dips, especially for PruLong. Overall, this section highlights PruLong's strength in handling natural long context data, emphasizing its memory efficiency without sacrificing task performance. Finally, let's explore how different levels of sparsity affect model performance. Figure 5 shows how using regularization to target specific sparsity levels leads to better outcomes. PruLong performs well compared to DuoAttention, especially when models are trained with certain sparsity. The focus shifts to when to apply PruLong during training stages. Instead of waiting until the end, it's suggested that attention heads could be identified earlier, allowing them to stay fixed during instruction stages. The idea is to test whether PruLong should be used before or after refining with known data. Figure 6 examines how updating model weights during PruLong training can enhance recall, particularly with smaller input chunks. However, there's a trade-off. Larger chunk sizes during training might lead to performance dips, indicating sensitivity to changes in attention window sizes. This section wraps up by highlighting PruLong's ability to optimize prediction loss effectively. The conclusions point towards a holistic view of memory management, encouraging further exploration of KV eviction methods. Thanks for joining us today. Happy exploring together!